Kate, are you hyped that Elon Musk is Time Magazine's Person of the Year?
Mwah, mwah, mwah. No.
Yeah, he's kind of a tool, right?
Yes, I think he did better on Saturday Night Live than I thought he would. And so I kind of like, okay, maybe he's not that bad, but I do think he's that bad.
Yeah, what is it about him mostly?
I don't know. I don't think it's because he's awkward.
He is, though.
He's really awkward, but I don't think I don't like him because, oh, he's so awkward. I think maybe his awkwardness is like an arrogance. Because I think it's the arrogance. And when I hear somebody loses like $27 million in one day, I'm just like, oh, well, that's not even going to hurt him one bit.
Yeah, currently the richest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
Richest person, guy or gal on the planet.
So do you think it's jealousy that I don't like him?
Yeah, you wish that you had popularized the electric car and was shipping astronauts to the space station. I think that must be it.
See, I was going to say the other thing. I wish I had his bank account. Like the other stuff. Meh, okay.
Huh.
I still don't think I need Elon Musk's money. I think I'd be okay with like the 81st richest person on the planet. You know?
Wow.
I don't need that kind. I don't need Elon Musk's problems. Yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe it's his arrogance.
Yeah, there's an ego there for sure.
Yes, ego. There he is. That's the buzzword I was looking for.
Yeah,
Thank you.
There's some arrogance there too, though.
Yeah.
All right, so Elon Musk Times Person of the Year, Olivia Rodrigo Entertainer of the Year.
Nice. Did they say, are there runners up, or is it just like separate categories after Person of the Year?
Oh, I forget. I don't know. I just clipped the basic. Here are the people in the different categories.
Okay. Who are the other categories?
Simone Biles, Athlete of the Year.
Yeah, girl.
And Vaccine Scientists and the Miracle of mRNA as Heroes of the Year.
Okay. mRNA is not the same as MMR, right?
Right. mRNA vaccines are a new technology of vaccine delivery.
Okay.
Whereas you're referencing measles, mumps, rubella?
Rubella. That's like the name of what what the vaccination is trying to
protect you from.
Vaccinate from. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. Speaking of the vaccinators, I got my booster the other day, Kate.
How'd it go?
Pretty good. Pretty delightful.
Any side effects afterwards?
Yeah, just like last time I got superhuman strength for a day and a half.
Okay.
Which is kind of obnoxious because I kept on, I ripped the door off my refrigerator and tried to get a glass of water and I crushed the glass in my hand.
Right. And lifted your car.
Yeah, all the things. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to get mine.
I Pfizered my Moderna. So I went with
you
it.
mix and matched, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Watch out, Kate. Get wild.
You're crazy. You're just plain crazy.
Woo! Yeah, fortunately, I pretty much every time I went off without a hitch. So I've been very pleased with the process.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Because now they recommend it for all adults if it's been 6 months or longer since your last dose to boost that thing.
Boost it. Matt, did I tell you that we are puppy sitting over the holidays?
No, you didn't. I think, did you puppy sit for someone a couple months back? Or
We puppy sat Thanksgiving weekend just for Saturday and Sunday. So it wasn't like the whole Thanksgiving weekend, but yeah.
Puppy sat, not puppy sitted. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So we, around Thanksgiving, we puppy sat for my aunt's 2 black labs who are not quite 2 and they're crazy, but they're so fun. We love it. Mm-hmm. If you can get through like the craziness for like 20, 30 minutes and then you get all the loving time, it's great. It's great.
Of what, when you encounter the pups? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
When they come over for the first 20, 30 minutes, it's like chaos. They're running everywhere. They're like hurdling the couch. It's great. But we have friends who are from Washington State and they're going back for the holidays. They're going back this Thursday through January 6th.
Damn.
So we're going to have 2-year-old Labradoodle Rosie come hang out with us. And we got to meet Rosie last night. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to hang out with Rosie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds wholesome.
We did have a little bit of, not, drama is not the word. I think outpour of emotions last night before bed. Elliot is my 9-year-old and she is my animal lover. And it still hits her pretty hard that we lost our dog in August.
Yeah.
So like it'll just be like driving in the car and all of a sudden she's crying because she misses the dog, which I can relate to because I'm like, me too. And yes, it's very sweet, but she has told me she is a big talker about getting a new dog. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, I don't think I'm ready. And I'm like, well, good, because I'm not ready. So it's not happening anytime soon. But last night I was putting her to bed and she was like, I'm worried about Rosie. I'm like, what are you worried about Rosie? She's like, I'm worried that I'm not going to love her as much. And I'm like, Elliot, you don't have to love her as much. We're just going to take care of her for a couple of weeks and then she's going to go home. She's like, I just think I'm not ready, Mom. I'm like, well, good, because we're not keeping Rosie. I'm more worried about Elliot getting attached to Rosie.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, but Elliot's like, I just don't think I'm going to love her as much. That's very sweet, Elliot.
You don't think that there's any chance that Rosie will help slow roll you into the idea of getting a new dog?
I don't think so.
Get used to having a dog around again for the next several weeks, right?
Right.
According to my math.
Right. And we'll even take Rosie back to Kansas with us. So we'll be traveling with a dog too.
Oh gosh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think so. I think it'll be a nice Band-Aid for a bit.
Yeah.
It'll like kind of help because Rockney's birthday is Christmas Day.
Okay.
So we always celebrated his birthday and Christmas, and he had his own stocking and he had his own birthday cake, and so
reindeer horns?
No. Nope. Just his name and his age and whipped cream.
What did you used to put on Rockney? How did you used to decorate Rockney?
Oh, we had reindeer. It was like a headband that you could put on Rockney. It was reindeer.
Yeah.
It was like an elastic. He hated it.
You gonna try it on this new dog?
I don't know. I don't know if we still have it. We may have gifted that already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the fun of putting it on was more fun. It was more fun just watching the dog struggle to try to remove the reindeer. Was that the fun part
Correct.
of it? Okay.
Correct. Rockney also had an expression like, seriously, are we doing this again? This is what we're doing? So I think Rosie will be a good Band-Aid to get us through Christmas. And I think we'll remember why we loved having a dog around so much, but I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can get a Roomba.
And then I can get a Roomba. I know, I did ask. I'm like, how does Rosie feel about crumbs in the kitchen floor? And she's like, oh, she's great. And I'm like, okay, fantastic. She can come.
Oh, so yeah, then you don't need to get your Roomba until after the holidays, I guess.
Right. And
Yeah.
she's a Labradoodle, so she doesn't shed. So that's great.
That's handy, yeah.
Yeah. So she can just come on in and eat the crumbs and lay on the couch. It'll be fine.
Now imagining you using her to Swiffer the floor.
Exactly. Just lay down. I did tell Elliot Rosie likes to sleep in her kennel to go to bed. And Elliot goes, we'll see about that. Okay.
Would she want the dog in bed with her? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, all right.
She shared her bed with Rockney quite a bit.
Yes. She's a puppy snuggler. And Grace and Frankie would snuggle with her too. The other puppies.
Grace, those are the ones that you dog
Yes.
sat a month ago or whatever, Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Yeah. The crazy girls.
I thought you were going to say the crazy B words for a second there.
Those crazy B words. Oh, man.
Nice.
That does sound like me, for sure. Matt, I don't think I'm going to switch careers from radio to coaching girls basketball anytime soon.
You don't?
I don't. I had my first head coaching debut over the weekend. We've got two teams in the 5th grade, and our head coach went one way and I went the other way because they played at the same time on Saturday. And I mean no disrespect when I say this.
Here we go.
Because these are girls who just want to play.
Yes, these are 9-year-olds?
10 and 11-year-olds.
Okay.
10 and 11-year-olds. They just want to play basketball, but they put me with the B team instead of the A team, which I would have done the same because you'd want your better coach to be with your A team, right? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and we had a talk before the game. It was our first game. We're going to make mistakes. We might not run the plays the way that we've practiced, but we've got to, keep trying and not give up. And we got this. And it was 29-2 as the final score.
Yikes. Not you, I assume? Okay.
Not us. Yeah. They had my daughter on the team is 5'3", and she's a string mean. There was a 5th grader, Matt, who was 5'7".
Wow.
And had at least 40 pounds on Finley.
Posting up.
And yeah, and was also running her mouth. And I felt really bad for Finley because Finley is really, all the girls on this team are super nice. They're all really nice. And I'm like, listen, we've taught you how to share and we've taught you how to play nice for years. And now I'm telling you to get after the ball. Get aggressive. Get the ball.
Uh-huh. How'd that turn out?
Not so great.
No,
but they were
seemingly.
really intimidated by this girl. Because not only was she just like a space that was large and in charge, but she was also like talking trash, and they were not used to trash talk. And so it was like,
remember any of the phrases that were used, or
don't even think you can mess with me.
Okay.
Oh, little Miss Thing thinks she's gonna guard me.
What? Okay.
What was another one? It was,
these are great.
You guys haven't had any rebounds this whole game.
Sheesh.
Yeah. At one point, okay, there's a girl on our team who's not our shortest, but she's a little nugget. She went to grab the ball, and the post player for the other team grabbed the ball and picked our girl like up off the floor when she grabbed the ball.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, her feet left the ground in this jump ball situation. It was okay. It was just trying to get these nice girls to not be so nice and, to get after the ball.
Stop being polite and start getting real. Come on.
Yes.
Get out there.
I think I've got a new strategy for the next game. Everybody has to get a foul.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about like knocking any teeth out. I'm not talking about like cheap.
Wink, wink.
But you have to get a foul. You have to go out there and get aggressive, get a foul. I think they called no fouls on our team. I don't think we had any fouls called.
And so you think that was your shortfall?
No, I just don't. I think the referees felt sorry for us too, because we had a running clock for the last pretty much fourth quarter because we were down by 25.
Yeah, brutal.
And they had to stay within the 3-point line. They couldn't come out and press, which I'm like, why would you press? But it's fine. And the other coach, we'd played this team before last year, and we beat them twice and for the championship last year. And I kind of thought he was pretty smug. But I met him before the game, and he was like real cheery and real nice and real polite. And then when the clock was running, he was like, why is the clock running? And the ref was like, you're up by 25. We didn't talk about this before the game. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And it was his gym. So like, we're just like, thanks, buddy.
What do you mean?
Like, you kind of have to play by their rules if they do a running clock at their gym after so many points. Like another gym could say 20 points.
So their coach was disappointed that the gym, his home gym, had that rule?
It's like, that's your gym. You should have known better.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think it varies. Some gyms it's like 20 points, some gyms it's 25. But
either way, it's a decent number of points on the board.
I went up to the scoreboard and I was like, thank you for running the clock.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you have any more solo coaching?
I think this Saturday is my last solo because I think that's the only schedule conflict that we've got for the rest of the season.
And it's basically because there's 2 teams in that class, and normally the coach coaches both teams.
Yes.
Because they're not at overlapping times.
Right.
Are they often at the same location?
No.
No. Oh, man, that sounds like a dedicated coach.
Yeah, she's fantastic. But this coming weekend, I've got 3 games because Elliot's playing as well, and I'm helping her team. And they have 2 teams as well, but they're short some players, so Elliot's going to play both games.
Oh, yeah.
So I think within 4 hours, we've got 3 games that I have to be at. Yeah! And then we go on Christmas break, and it'll be fine. It'll be great, Matt. It'll be good. But I take the pressure off myself when there's another coach there. It was just me. I begged one of the moms. I'm like, will you please sit on the bench with me? And she's like, I can until halftime. And I'm like, that's fine. Just come sit with me.
Aw. Some support there.
Yeah, and we only had 6 girls. That's another thing. We only had 6 girls. So I was trying to get them in and get them out so they could have breathers. And one girl, she's so sweet, Matt. She just gave me like a little wave. I'm like, do you need a break? And she's like, yes, please. You got to wave at me. You got to be like, coach, and pull on your jersey or something. She's like, well, I didn't want you to think I wasn't trying anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, you are the sweetest. But I'm going to need you to get a drink and get back out there. So
yeah, get after it.
Yeah, I called a lot of timeouts. Matt, I know that you're the techie type, so you probably already know this Christmas tree pro tip.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Christmas tree pro tip.
Christmas tree pro tip brought to you by Matt and Kate. And I didn't know this, but it makes sense to me. Do you have your Christmas tree plugged in front of your Wi-Fi router?
No, it's on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
It's a good... it's not the other side of the room. I guess it's like 12 feet away.
Okay.
Why?
Well, it can mess with the signal of your router. Things like ornaments and tinsel can make it even worse.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and they also say your router should not be plugged into the same outlet as Christmas lights, especially if they twinkle or flash.
Weird. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I guess because the electrical interference coming off the bulbs and all that.
Yeah.
Good to know. So yeah, if you set up your Christmas tree, like, what happened to my Wi-Fi, man?
It just keeps flashing like my Christmas lights.
Yep. Then you got to make a decision. Can you move the tree? Can you move the router?
Which has got to go.
Right. Or neither.
Or you just put up with it.
Yeah, just put up with the graded internet. But, I mean, it's Christmas. So sometimes you just have to say, okay, you know what? No internet. Next Christmas tree's got to keep going. I don't know. No, I had not heard that before, but that makes a lot of sense.
Correct. I hadn't heard it either, but I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the metal interfering with the signal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good tip, Kate.
Pro tips with Matt and Kate.
Yeah, that's what we do from time to time. Oftentimes we're amateur tips here.
Every now and then.
But, you know.
Matt, have you watched any Christmas movies yet?
Yeah, I had Home Alone on over the weekend, just kind of in the periphery while I was doing some other things, working around the house.
Yeah?
I don't think I've sat down and stared at one, though.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Stared at it.
We did Christmas Vacation for the first time this season.
Oh, nice.
Together as a family. Yeah. We were watching some football and it was boring, so we put on Christmas Vacation. And every time, I mean, there's some laugh out loud moments, and the girls are a year older, so they're understanding more things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we have to like, oh gosh, should we watch this with the girls or not? And then if that moment arises when Monty and I share like a side eye, like, ooh, oh,
yeah.
man.
Is there a lot of that in that film?
There's more than there used to be. For sure, with 9 and 11-year-old girls.
Well, right, because before it was stuff that would go over their head.
Way over their heads.
And now they're understanding it. Yeah, it goes back to what we talked about before. There's like a parabola of when you can watch movies around your kids.
Right.
You know, like when they're infants, obviously, and then, yeah.
Right. Right off the bat, you know, when they're driving to find the Christmas tree. And Clark says, "Look, kids, a deer." And then he flips off the other driver. Finley was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never noticed his middle finger." Because there's several times where Monty will say, "Look, kids, a deer," in the car. And so she was trying to put the dots together. She's like, "Are you flipping off other drivers?" No. But when's the last time you've watched that movie, Matt?
That one's been, I bet you a few years.
Okay.
I think I have it. But it has been, probably need to make a point to watch that. It has been a while.
I mean, not as much of a holiday tradition where you feel like if you heard about a National Lampoon's Christmas bar, you would make the trip to Chicago to see it, right?
Yeah, I'm not that dedicated of a Christmas vacation viewer.
Okay. Well, there's a pop-up holiday bar in Chicago because aren't they in Chicago? Isn't that he's wearing a Bears hat? I feel like it's in the Chicago area.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. So they've got food and drinks on the menu and items like a triple-decker PB&J, which I don't think has any tie to the movie, but maybe because it's Cousin Eddie. They do peanut butter and jelly. I don't know. They do have Cousin Eddie's eggnog, and they also have Aunt Bethany's Jello mold fish bowl. Now, fish bowls, aren't those like the giant fish bowls where you get like 7 straws and everybody drinks a bunch of fruity liquor? Isn't that a fish bowl?
The ones that had the big old chalice styles that you're talking about?
Or, no, not even the chalice style, like a fish bowl.
Oh, a literal fish bowl.
Yeah.
That you fill with alcohol.
I'm trying to think of the place in Aggieville. I feel like Aggieville had fish bowls a lot.
Oh, yeah, I can't place it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, where it's like almost I mean, if you've got more people, you can get an aquarium, but I feel like maybe these went away with COVID. Maybe we don't share drinks like this.
Yeah, maybe not.
Oh. Aunt Bethany's Jello mold fish bowl. If that's a Jello shot the size of a fish bowl, sign me up. I'm just kidding.
So no body shots at this pop-up place?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But it's open through New Year's Eve in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't recall this being a thing until this year. Within the last week or two, I've become aware of this pop-up bar idea. I guess there's maybe multiple ones on the plaza and downtown Kansas City.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there are any in St. Joe. I would think not. Sorry if I'm wrong on that. Let me know. If the Matt and Kate Facebook, let us know if I'm missing one. But yeah, I mean, I've been familiar, obviously, forever with the idea of like the pop-up Christmas store or Halloween store or whatever, but I didn't know that restaurants were happening. This is news to me just within the last week and a half. Very bizarre. You?
Yeah.
Have I just totally had a blind spot?
No, I don't think I knew about that either.
Okay.
I've heard of pop-up shops, like retail.
Right.
But not pop-up restaurant and bars, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think maybe it might have been driven by pandemic. A lot of them are outdoors or like on a roof or something like that. So maybe that's why it's a thing. Or maybe it's just been a giant blind spot forever that, yeah, idiot, come on. Pop-up restaurants have been a thing for a long time. I have no idea, but it sounds cool.
Sounds like a good time.
I'd give it a shot.
Shot.
That's right.
No? Okay.
Yes. Been a while since I've done shots, Kate.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I'll drink whiskey on ice, but that's not shooting it.
No.
You?
I did Jello shots a couple weeks back.
Nice.
Is that really shots?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, how much alcohol do you think's in a Jello shot?
I don't know, but I did more than one, so.
Woo!
I know. I don't know what it is about Jello shots that make me feel like, hey, you're 22 again. Get after it, girl. And I'm not. But I'm like, let's do it. Down the hatch.
Nostalgia for Jello shots.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All the bad decisions I made revolving around Jello shots.
Yeah, I don't. The Jello shot thing. It seems like Jello shots exist because regular shots would be impractical. Right? It's like you go on a float trip maybe and you bring some Jello shots with you or something like that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Am I right in processing that?
That, and I think they're fun.
Okay.
Jello.
Well, it's hard to get all the Jello out of there.
Yeah, but I also think you're using, at least we used cheaper vodka because you couldn't taste it because of the Jello. Or you could taste it and then you're like, whoa, it's too much vodka in the Jello shots.
Yeah, I've always advocated for buy cheap vodka. Get the cheap stuff. I just think a blind taste test, I feel like most people wouldn't know the difference.
Oh, no, I disagree.
You could tell? Drinking it straight?
Wait. Just drinking it straight, yes.
Okay.
I do.
But mixed in with something?
Jello shots, maybe a little bit, yeah. Mixed in with something, maybe not. But I think if you're just drinking vodka on ice, I think you can tell the difference.
Vodka on ice? No thanks.
No thanks. I did that.
I don't
like it.
Of all the different
It's bad.
hard alcohols, no, thank you.
No. Nope.
To straight vodka. Not good.
No, but if you get like a really good vodka where it's smooth, I get it.
Yeah.
But especially nowadays with the current times, is that what we're calling it? When you see
I don't know what times we're in anymore.
hand sanitizer like at the store and you're like, ooh, I'll get some right before I check out, and you put it on, you're like, oh my gosh, that makes me think of vodka that I could only afford my sophomore year of college. And you're like, have this like gagging reaction because you're like, oh, so bad.
And then you go ahead and drink some, right?
No.
And then go ahead and chug some hand sanitizer. Right
like I can't. Then I have to like wash my hands because it just sticks around. Like I'm gonna barf. Just like that time in college.
At least it doesn't smell like Jägermeister.
Oh gosh. No. No thanks.
Oh man, I tell you what, it is that time of year. You know, Kate, you and I are. I'm on the. We're old.
No.
We're not. I mean, we're still relatively young, I guess. But
I agree.
But we're no longer the age of where it's like, oh, all of our friends from high school and college are going to be in town. Let's go out, for like Christmas break or whatever.
Right.
I remember those always being good times, and now I'm like, oh man, that's way past my bedtime.
I know.
No.
It's so loud in here. Can we go someplace where we can hear each other talk?
Yep. Those are good times back before everyone got married and knocked up.
Matt.
What?
That's not nice.
You don't like that expression, knocked up?
No.
I thought maybe since I was using it generally speaking and not about one person, it wasn't as bad. No?
No. If never mind.
What's so wrong about it?
It's not nice.
Knocked up?
Yeah.
Why?
Why do you think? Never mind. Why do you think it's okay?
I thought it was like a common phrase, Well,
yeah, it is a common phrase.
But it takes away the romance from it, or makes it sound like it was an accident or something like that, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you're talking about your married friends.
Yep, I got knocked up.
It's not my favorite. I don't think it's very nice.
Yeah. This came up briefly on a show a while back, but I didn't really press you hard on it.
Yeah.
I don't think it sounds that bad, especially when you're talking generally speaking. You're like, so Kate, when you got knocked up, I could see you being like, hey, that's not how it went down, all right? But when I'm just generally speaking about like 10 friends or something.
But it makes it sound like your friends got knocked up.
It happened to them instead of it being a thing they decided to do.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Got knocked up. Oh, I wonder how that happened.
Or, because knocked up gives off the impression that it's outside of a relationship. Does that make sense?
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't make it sound like your married friends get knocked up. It's your friends get knocked up and then they get married. Which is not bad either. It's just...
What about what about the movie?
It was not my favorite.
Okay.
I watched it, but it wasn't my favorite.
Right. So the free dictionary, idioms.thefreedictionary.com, knocked up. The first one, it says rude slang to impregnate someone. I really hope I didn't knock her up. I'm not ready to be a dad. Okay. I guess you're right.
Urban Dictionary, those generally used negatively in certain quote unquote ghetto settings, it's a compliment to tell a girl her boyfriend knocked you up. No one is sure why, but many believe it's a compliment for implying that said boyfriend is attractive / sexually potent.
Okay. Sexually potent.
You can't always go to Urban Dictionary, Matt. You can't always.
But in this case, apparently you can.
I mean, there are other words that I definitely could not explain the definition via Urban Dictionary. I mean, I read it before I said it out loud. If it was real bad, I'd be like, yeah, never mind.
Probably not radio friendly. Put that away.
Probably not. Knocked up, pregnant, out of wedlock, bearing a bastard child.
Yikes. Okay.
And then if you scroll down, it gets worse. And those I cannot read.
Okay. use your imagination.
Yeah.
You can probably get
Bad. Like MA. Not PG-13, MA.
Wow, okay. I'll need to go check that out.
Oh, man.